Alrighty, how's it going, everybody? 01 of 1 here. I just got back from restocking a little bit. I was running low on some things, and yeah, we're gonna head back over to our little bridge factory thing and keep working on it. So I managed to get one of the new sections of constructors all belted up. I was trying to get it powered, and then that's when I ran out of cable, and so then I had to run back and all that other stuff. And then as I was on the way back, I noticed that it started to become morning. So it's like, you know what, this would actually be kind of a good time to actually start the video, because then, you know, you get light and I don't know, you can just see better and whatnot. I don't know. But yeah, so we've got the bigger section of stuff to set up, and we got some of our pale berries here. Grab some of those, thank you. Hello. Okay. And yeah, so we are pretty well stocked, I think. We were running low on plates, running low on these, running low on these, running low on those. We had like 225 left of that. This we only had 200 left of, so I definitely had to get more of that, because we're going to actually be building up a little bit and up over what we've got so far. So all I got to do is just finish belting that last little section. It shouldn't take too long. And then we can start worrying about all the other stuff we have to do. So this is starting to look like an actual factory a little bit. You know, you got all your lines going through, doing what they do. And yeah, I mean, oh, this is not where I was supposed to go up. Whoops. Okay. Got to go around this thing, and then it's over here. Okay, there we go. Do. Light. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna do something about getting up here a little bit easier. Maybe just run hypertube all the way over here. That might work out pretty nicely. Who knows? But yeah. So now that I've got all of this stuff that we need, okay. So we got these working in the last video. We got all of that working in the last video. This is all the belting that I just got done inside of there. And then this is where I ran out of cable. So, all right. So we'll run that to there, and then this should just start up pretty much right away. Good to go. All right, so now this whole section is done, and now we just got to belt up this section, which is kind of big, but you know, it is what it is, I suppose. Running all of the stuff in here, running this under here. Underneath here, there's actually a not vertical, but it's an 8-meter slanted wall that goes down kind of like this up against here. So all of the belting for this is actually done right against this wall here. And so it just kind of like runs pretty much directly under here. And that wall, the slanted wall, actually comes out to about here. So we didn't actually have to, you know, disguise, I guess, any of the belts under here. So I've just got that concrete platform under there. It's still there, all hooked up. You can't see it from underneath, so I figured there's no real reason to, you know, make it look nice. So now we get to run all of this stuff. So, and then another thing that I found out when I was belting up that section is there is no room, like once all the belts are in here, there is no room to walk around, like zero room to walk around, which is kind of annoying, but kind of good at the same time, because it means that, you know, we're being efficient. And yeah, so this is just basically lining up all of this stuff and making sure that everything stays in line. Okay, now here is where we get something interesting. So in between these two here, because we're merging this line in, so this is whatever isn't being used over there is going to come in and then join with whatever isn't being used coming through here to fill out these last ones. So what we need to do in this particular section is to throw in a merger. So let me see, rotate. Okay, so we want this to go that way. Okay, so we'll throw that in there. And that is off because reasons. All right, let's try that again. Make sure it's still going that way. Okay, good to go. Are we good? I think we're good. Okay. And then we'll run this into there, and then this we can run pretty much directly into there. So that's going to take whatever isn't being used over there and put it over in here to fill out the last of this. So hopefully it works out. I mean, I don't see why it should not work out. So, all right. And then this last one goes here. And then, okay, so now question, how do we get this stuff out of here? And that's probably a really good question because I don't think I have that set up. Okay, so like for this one here, I've got it coming out there, which is awkward with this being where it is. But so what we had to do here is this one right here had to go back, whereas all these ones just go directly into a merger. So we had to place these two mergers right next to each other instead of spaced out like they should be. So that way this one goes down, feeds into that one, and then goes out this way. Because if I did it the other way, there wouldn't have been enough room for the belt. And we've got our other stuff coming out over here. So we're going to have to do some sort of a lift up over this belt here, which honestly, I wonder if I should just lift this up and have that go down. That might actually be the better option. Yeah, let me try that out real quick. So if we put this up here and we have that go out that way, and we put this thing up over here, have that go that way, then this should pretty much go right into one another with a nice 90-degree turn. Looks like it does. Okay, and then that leaves this open for whatever we need. Okay, so this is one section of these pipes coming out. We need that to come and join in with this other section. So I could have it come off here, I suppose. But then we'd have to lift it up and then go back, which I'm not convinced is such a good look. I mean, we could snake it around here. In fact, I think that's probably going to be the option. So, all right. So we're going to run that into there. And now I need to hop into here. And then I think I can get rid of that last splitter because I think that's going to be, like, we don't need to split off the iron bars after this. So I think that can go out, which should then give me room. Maybe. No, I can make this work. Okay. Yeah, we're good. I think I can get this going. So we'll run this way, and then here we should get a nice 90-degree turn in between these. Nice double turn. Okay, so that works there. And then from this merger, we'll have the output point this way, and then we can just kind of snake it around and get it over to there. So I think that will work. And also, did you notice that all of these are not in the right position? Yeah. Yep. You guys are probably yelling at me. It's like, hey, they're not in the right spot. And of course, I can't hear you because by the time that, you know, you guys make those comments, this will already have been put online. So, yeah, fun time. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's see, splitters. Okay, make sure we get this in the correct position this time. I believe that is correct. Yes, okay. All right, now we can run these again. Okay, now we need the merger in between these two. And then this can come off. This is still going to make a nice, actually this will be more of like a Not quite a 90, it's more like a 45 here, but you know, it's fine. I mean, so long as it looks decent, I'm okay with it. Okay, and now question here. So we've got 4 left over here, and then we will have gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we want to put it after the 7th, right? Yeah, which would be here. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that I'm putting everything in the correct location. Is that the right way? Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's good to go. I'm going to, if I can get in here, there we go. All right, now we just need to connect this up into there, so that's going to send in everything that way. Okay, is that, no, we're missing this part, okay. Okay, so that's good to go. Now, all right, so that is not in the way there, right? Right. Okay, and then this needs to go over to there. Okay, so that joins in, good. Okay, and then that one is good over there. All right. Now, we need to do mergers. Okay, so this one over here does not need a merger, so we're going to start our mergers here. Make sure they're pointed in the right direction. I think that is the correct orientation for it. And basically we just line these things up with the splitters because everything should be lined up. Oh, not that one, this one, okay. Okay, now this merger here, we have to change up a little bit and have it point that way. And then from here, we can have this go over to there. Only we're gonna make it look nicer. No, not there. Has to go here. There we go. And then that goes out to there. Good to go. Okay. And then because we have to do this in order, otherwise we're gonna get trapped in here. I mean, we're probably gonna get trapped in here anyways. You need to connect these up because as soon as I put in those lifts going into the mergers, I'm not gonna be able to slide past the lifts. So just something to keep in mind. So that can go there. That does a nice 90 into there. Now, as you can see, like you can't even slide past here. Like it's just a dead end. And now I can slide under the belt here, but I can't slide under a merger. So as soon as this thing goes in, can't slide that way, can't slide that way. So you got to build these things in order. Otherwise you end up trapping yourself. Now it's easy just to take out this wall, but then you got to replace the wall and it just kind of gets annoying. All right. All right, so that's everything out of here. Now we just need to get ourselves out. Okay, found, nope, wall. There we go. Okay, so that is all the belting in there, done. Took us 15 minutes, which is longer than I was expecting. Of course, you know, some of the time is just us getting back to here. Okay, so next thing is going to be powering all of this. So, let's see. We've got power there. So we're going to connect this over to that. That should completely use up that, which is good to go. Now, none of these have been set, the recipe anyways. So that's another thing that I'm going to have to do. All right, so that is 4. So then we'll go for the next 4. And honestly, as I'm going through these, I should probably set them up as well so I don't have to go back. So, steel pipe. Okay, so this is the first that we are not actually connected to. Okay, so we're gonna take another pole, put it here. And we'll connect it over to that one if we can get it there. All right. And that will connect there. Connect here, here, and there. Okay, and then we just have these last two. Okay, that one's already set, good to go. All right, and then we'll put in just a Mark 1 pole here to feed these last two. And that also offers us an extra connection on this pole if we need it for something in the future. Okay, so yeah, then this one is overclocked to 170%, so that should give us all of the stuff that we need. Yeah, okay. So now total steel pipes, we're gonna have 186 is at 90. Sorry, I'm looking at satisfactory-calculator.com. This is where I've got the whole recipe thing set up. See, 186 plus 96 is 170, 184. No, 182 plus 71 is 190. Okay, so then these two outputs here, so over there and over here, can be combined. And there was a comment I remember getting. I don't remember on what video it was though. It might have been on the last one. I don't remember. But they said that you can take these things here and place them over. Okay, so that's like, yeah, you can like place them over this. So what size do I need? 2 meter by 2 meter? No, that's not going to fit. I mean, generally I'm going to put it over this one anyways, but 2 by 2 is not big enough. 16 by 8, that's way too big. Supposedly, you can put this on there. So what might end up happening is I have to do a wall first, and then go into here. I think it's going to be there. And then we go back into this guy. And then in here, it does not have a big red X. Okay. Other, we have check marks. This would be hilarious, actually. So that's one thing that we could do. It doesn't line up exactly though, so I don't actually know how well I like that. But I mean, the idea is funny, and it's interesting. So, but I don't I don't think I'm going to go for it, though, just because it doesn't line up right. I mean, maybe there's another way to do it. Who knows? And then 8 meter by 4 meter. So this is like the size of an entire wall right here, so I could put like that thing on there. But no, that's not going to work either. 2 meter by 3 meter. Okay, it was on there. I mean, I could do that maybe. But then again, it doesn't like show up correctly. So like it doesn't line up on there in the way that I would want it to. So I don't know. Yeah, so for right now, we'll just leave it. It's an interesting idea. Maybe you could find a way to make it work. But the fact that it doesn't lay directly on there is going to bug the hell out of me. So actually, let me try just one more thing. So if I did this and I set it on the ground instead, right? And then I rotate. No, you don't want to rotate. Okay, hang on. Let's try this again. Yeah, so like even here, like it doesn't line up right. So like even if you wanted to, like you're still gonna have that opening right there, which I'm not really a fan of. I mean, it's better in that it's actually like inside the wall, I guess. But at the same time, it's like, backgrounds. Oh, that's fancy. Look at that shit. But yeah, once again though, it doesn't line up quite right. So I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. I mean, this would be ideal if I could get that to line up with the opening, because then, you know, it would work well. I wonder if there is another way to do this. So what if I were to take the foundation here? No, that's too big. Okay. So how would I do this? Like I would need like half a foundation. What if we did this kind of like on top? Okay, so that moves us up a little bit. And now if I can set that thing in there. No, that's even more off. Okay, what if I tried to put another one on top? So there'd be another glass roof on top of this one. I don't even know if that's something I can do, honestly. No, and that's just side-by-side zooping. That's not above and below zooping. Okay, so what if I were to take a beam and run it across? Okay, so that gives us like half a meter because it cuts that in half. So now what if I were to take this guy and set it on top of here? Is that a thing that I can do? Is it gonna let me do that? I don't think so. Whoa, hey dude. Calm down. Yeah, so it's not treating that like the ground. Yeah, so that's not gonna work. Okay, what if we tried this instead? Because I know that this can act a little weird sometimes with some of the things. Okay, so we'll try it like that for now. And we'll see if that'll let me place it on top. No. So, you know, it's treating it like a wall instead of like a floor. Okay. Let me try something else here. So if I were to take this and run it over to here, and then if I were to take a foundation and put it on top of there. Okay, so that gets us up at the same height as what we needed. And then I think this will actually get us where we want to be. Yes, okay. So that's going to be the way to do it then. That actually works out pretty nicely. Equipment, other buildings. Do we have like just like a big red X on here at all? No? Monochrome? Oh, there we go. So we can set that up. And change the color, or do we just leave it like this? We could just leave it like this, I suppose. Glossy, matte. I have no idea what all this is. I think that's for light. So we'll just do that. And then we can do that. Okay, so that works. It's not exactly lined up. You can see there is just a little tiny gap up there at the top, but and you can see that it is kind of down here below just a little tiny bit, but that lines up a hell of a lot better. So I'm actually kind of okay with that. So that is the way to do it, I guess. I wonder if I can change anything else over here. Just kind of like incorporating that as much as I can, wherever I can, when I can. Yeah, so I can do that over here too. All right, so how we did that again is painted beam set in line with the wall, and then a foundation set on the beam, because that's just the thing that you can do apparently, which then moves us up only half of the height of the beam. So that works there, and then from there you can go into here, throw that in there. And you just go through here, monochrome, X, select. If you want light, if you don't want light, there you go. So, I mean, I'm okay with this. This is better than just kind of leaving it open, because at least I'll know, like, hey, you can't actually do anything with this, because there's nothing there. So I think I'll actually set that up as well, pretty much going forward. That's how we'll make it work. There we go. Sir? There we go. Okay. Yeah, and that just, it looks, I don't know, more professional, I guess. And I suppose I could pick something else in here as well, if I really wanted to. I could just like put in an arrow and say, hey, look to the next one. That's just kind of silly though. I think I prefer the X. So we'll just do that. So yeah, I mean, that's an easy way to do this. Those things are coming up from the ground, so I don't have to worry about that so much. In this one, I actually managed to use up both, so that's good to go. This one is not being used, so we could change this one. I mean, it's kind of like a lot to do for this, but I mean, if it helps your OCD, then it's good. Yeah, so that works for me. So okay, so now that we've got all of the things coming through here, we're going to combine these two together onto a single line. And then we have to add that in here with these. And is there anything else that we needed? Concrete. Okay, so we're gonna have to bring in the concrete as well, and that's gonna be interesting. Now, I believe that I have the concrete set up to come out kind of on top. Or did I set it up to go down below? I did set it up to go down below. Okay. So I need to go down there. I don't remember if I have it set up underneath there or not. So we'll just kind of give that a go. All right, so I think we'll just run it off of here and then run that up. Okay, so we have those coming through. Okay. Okay, so it's possible that the concrete is actually running behind those walls right there. So I'm going to run this over. I have no idea how far this thing has to go. 6? That seems like a lot. But it does allow me to slide under, so that's good. Yeah, so here's the concrete coming out right here. Okay. So this is gonna clip through the wall down here. There's nothing that I can do about that though, so that's just gonna have to go there. And then we'll set up the wall back. Yeah, so it looks terrible, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. All right, and then we're gonna have to run this sort of up and over. And then back down again, which is not gonna work out very well. I mean, I could run it just straight through, but that would look even worse. Okay. So, option. What if we ran it down there? So this is going to be kind of interesting to set up, I think. But it might actually work. Okay, so we'll have it go in. Do we want to go into the middle? Well, actually, hold on. Let me just think about what we got here. Okay, so if this goes in over here, so I could have that go into, basically directly into a corner piece here. Or, depending on how I do it, okay, I have an idea. Small concrete pillar, big concrete. I think this is what we want. Yeah. Okay, so then we'll run an elevator up here, and we'll stick it so that way the rails of it, I guess, are up against the concrete pillar. We'll do the same thing on this side. And then once these are merged, we'll do the same thing over here on this side, and then all three elevators will just kind of follow this post up. And hopefully that works. So if that's going there, well, no. We could run the concrete up this way, which I think would work. another thing that I could do is put all of the belt work underneath. Okay, so then if I do a floor hole, say we'll do one here, we'll do one here, and we'll do one here. But then how do we get this to move into the right place? Okay. Can this go over to here? I don't think it can. So this has to come out here, which means that if I do this, okay, so if I do a floor hole here, we could run this, generally speaking, directly into this one. And then if we ran the concrete through here, we would probably want it to run over here. And then this stuff is going to have to get run through as well. So let me throw that on. Okay, so I'm going to have to grab these underneath. Alright. Okay, so then this one can go directly into here. So that'll be fine. So let me just hook that up. Okay, so that'll move everything up to there, which will be good. Drink of the morning is Dr. Pepper, because I ran out of Monster, so I need to go to the store and get more. Okay, so now this and that need to combine. So that's going to be interesting. Okay, so if that is kind of lined up over here, that's in the middle, that's not ideal. That's not ideal at all. Okay. So what I can do is do a merger here, have the output go towards that, and then set it up so it's in the middle of those two things, so that way we get a nice, you know, way in there. Okay. Now, I think that is actually lined up perfectly with that one, so that should be easy enough to fix. All right. Now, question is it going to let me go into the correct side? Okay. So that is now directly in, good to go, so that's moving up. And now this is not going to be perfect. So yeah, if I put this in here, it's not going to do the nice 90 that we like. So what I got to do is over here and over here. Okay, so we'll run that into there. And then we'll run that into there. Okay. So that is set up and good to go over there. So now I can get rid of that one and that. All right, now I just need to figure out concrete. So that's going to be this guy going through here. Okay, so now here's my thought. This is kind of like the border where we're going to be doing the stuff. So I'm going to go one off this way, and then from the middle here, I'm going to go one off that way. And I don't know if that is enough. Okay, it is. Good. So then we can just kind of like cut the middle, I guess. And that should line up quite nicely, I think. All right. Now we can go over here to this side, basically do the same thing. We are going to have to move this over, though, to the middle, which is not a big deal. All right. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. So one back up here, one forward over there. Get our nice little angle here. And then that can go over to there. Okay, so now we're not clipping any of these things. Of course, once the concrete goes through here, it will be clipping under the belt, but that's fine. Okay, so then that can go there. And then that can go there. And then that can get removed. I keep trying to hit like the shift button to crouch. Okay, so let's see. We need to get out that piece. Okay. That one was already taken out. Good to go. Okay. So as I said, the concrete itself is clipping through, but the belts are not. So I'm actually kind of okay with that. Okay. And then if we get rid of that and that, now I shouldn't have to worry about anything else that's under here, and everything should be going where it needs to go. And then we cover it up. And it looks beautiful. All right. So is this, yes. Okay, so it's getting the stuff going through here. We've got the concrete, we've got the pipes, which is all of the parts that we need in order to get the next sections done. So we're gonna need 7 more assemblers, 14, maybe 15 more assemblers. So we're gonna need a lot of room for that. And then we're also gonna need some manufacturers. We're gonna need 3 manufacturers. So the space that we're gonna need up above is gonna be pretty substantial. I mean, if you think about it, just like these things right here, well, these are constructors, but those right there, foundries, 2 inputs, 1 output, basically takes up the same space. We're also gonna have to raise it up a meter, like we did over here, for all of that stuff. We could take a look at these ones over here. So that's kind of the space that that takes up. So 3 of these takes up, well, yeah, they take up 4 blocks by 3 blocks, so it's 12 foundations. If we have 14 of them, 15 of them, we'll say. So that'll be 5 times whatever this is, so it's going to be 60 foundations total. So that's going to be 20 foundations long, 3 wide. And then we're also going to need room for the manufacturer on there, which is going to take probably 6 foundations just on its own, if not more. So I think as far as spacing goes, I think we should probably start kind of on the corner of that, lift it up, and then basically cover this entire area. And that should hopefully get us where we need, or get us what we need. Okay, so how are we going to do this? That is the question. First, we need to figure out how high we need to go. And I'm assuming it's going to be at least 3, but we should probably go 4 to give us room for belting underneath if we need it. And then I just want to make sure that 4 is going to be good for these things because we might have to go up to 5 depending. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we should go up to 5. Okay. So we'll put those in there. Start running the foundations through. And this is where I'm going to hope like hell that I brought enough concrete. And then as far as supporting these, I think we're going to go a bit more architectural and support these like that. Because now everything is lined up, especially with the concrete foundations, like how that fits directly in the middle is kind of nice. And then we'll do the same thing over here. And then plus it still allows us to move around it, which is nice. So we'll get rid of those. And so yeah, so that gives us room to run belts underneath here if we need them. The other thing is this is going to have to also line up with what we've got down here. So that's going to be interesting. All right, and then this actually works out pretty nicely with what I was doing already for this elevator. So that should work out pretty well, I think. All right. Now I'm just going to put these holes directly into the floor here and then run them straight up, and then we'll do whatever belt management we need to do up at the top, because I really want this to look, you know, a certain way, I guess. And while it would probably be more efficient to start actually breaking things off underneath here, I do want it to actually look decent. And so if we have to deal with a little bit of messiness with the belt up above, I mean, that'll be fine. So yeah, so now we got all the belts going over here. It makes just a really, really... Why are you going slow? Mark 1, that's why. Okay. There we go. I should probably check these ones. Mark 4, okay. Mark 4, okay. Yeah, that would have been an issue if we didn't catch that. Okay. So that should be good to go, I think. Actually, kind of really like that, actually. It looks nice. What would be interesting is if we had half walls and like diagonal glass, and then you could actually do like a diamond thing around here, and it would completely cover, because it would run pretty much right along that line there. It's hard to run along it, but that line there, and then it would run kind of across to that line there. Can I do this differently? So it would run like from there to there, to the corner, right? So it wouldn't clip into any of these at all. And it would also allow us to completely encapsulate this if we wanted to, which I think would be nice. I mean, I could put like regular glass walls around it, but I think that would take up too much space. And it wouldn't look right anyways, so I think I'll just leave it like this for now. And yeah, so then this is also acting as like a support for the floor, which is good. And then I ran this one out over to here so I could run a support for the floor over off of here as well. All right, let's see. So this can go up to there. Call it good to go. And we're at like 50 minutes in the video, so we still have some time, which is good. Okay, so what I'm thinking of now is, do I want to do something kind of ridiculous for the foundations here? I could. It wouldn't be that big of a deal to do it. But I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I just thought of something. This last little bit right here, we can actually make use of. Floor hole. Ha. Okay. And then we need wall support attachment thing. That'll go to there. Good to go. Hypertube going down. I don't know if that's gonna hurt when I come off of it. I am stuck in the middle of a platform. Okay. Hello? I can't jump, I can't do anything. Okay, that did not work out well. Okay, so how do we fix that? I think the issue wasn't necessarily the floor hole. I think it's the fact that I didn't have anything up on top. So let's try this again. Okay, so we'll leave that, and now I need to get up on top of there. I have no idea if this is even going to get me up high enough. I doubt it. Wow, that was a terrible jump. You're supposed to do the slide jump, dude. Slide. No, that's not going to get me close. Okay. The other option is to hop on top of one of these things, which I know is tall enough, and see if I can hop my way over. There we go. Okay, so like I said, I don't think the issue was so much that it had this here, it's that I didn't have any hypertube up on top of it. So if we put this out to here, this really does not like this. Okay. Then I'll throw in some railings over here. Is that how they go on there? I feel like that's not how they should go on there. And it's not letting me rotate. Oh wait, no, there we go. Okay, I'm just hitting the wrong buttons. There we go. Okay, so next thing that we're going to need is to get power up to here somehow. And that was the moon passing by the space elevator. Okay, so easiest way to do this would be to just run a power pole from there, right? And then we'll take fiber tube entrance, good to go. Connect that down. Okay, so now, is this gonna hurt? Yes, yes it is, okay. I was hoping that it wouldn't. Okay, so then what we need to do here is to then curve this off as well. Okay, so now we have a nice easy way up and down, and this should not hurt coming down. All right, good to go. Looks a little weird, but you know, as long as it works, I'm good. Okay, so now we need to figure out how to get all of these things to go where they need to go. So we're gonna need steel pipes and the reinforced iron plates to go in one place. Well, actually the steel pipes are gonna have to go in 3 places. Okay. And the concrete needs to go in 2 places. And then we have this area here, which we can do maybe something with. So my thought over here is to take this beam and kind of run it diagonally this way, if I can anyways. Freeform, I believe that's what we need, yes. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. So I'll run that as close to the corner as we can. All right, now hopefully this will let me place foundations. On that. No, doesn't like that, okay. Okay, what if we did it like that? Okay, so it still puts us kind of up above it. Okay. It's like I need to put it up on top of here, but it's not letting me. Okay. So let's see. So if I did another foundation on here, and I ran another one of these. Actually, let me just try the painted beam and see how that works. Oh, also we're gonna need another foundation over here. Okay. I'm just seeing if there's a way that I can get this thing to line up correctly. And it seems questionable at best. Yeah, and I want to try to avoid the glitches there that you can see when you have things kind of clipping through each other. So, I mean, ideally, the one that I would put diagonally through here would be ever so slightly... And actually, hang on. What if... I know I left it off at what if. Just thinking real quick. Okay. And then if we were to take our ceilings, do a glass roof off of here, and then zoop it across here. And then get rid of anything that is currently clipping. So it's going to be that and that as well. Okay. Okay, so that puts us even with the top here. And now, if I really wanted to, I could take these, run them directly off of here. And is it... I can't tell if that's slightly above. I mean, it looks like it's just ever so slightly above the concrete. So maybe it won't do the weird clipping thing. Okay, and then we can go back into the concrete foundations. And then we do inverted up corner. And then all this is going to do is just cover up that area there. At least I'm hoping. And then we do another one over here. And over here. Okay, so I don't think we're getting any glitches here, and it does look, it's really, really hard to see, but it does look like the asphalt is ever so slightly above the concrete. Could be wrong there. I think that's how it is. And then we'll have just like windows pretty much all on this side, but I wonder if it would be, wait, do I have, I don't. I was gonna say if I had like an 8-meter roof, like I think that would be better in this particular instance, but I don't have one. We do have angled walls, but we can't make them glass. And then the windows here don't have angles. So then the glass ceilings is, or glass roof is pretty much the only thing that I'm going to get that's going to work in here the way that I want it to. Now, the question, of course, now is for this to actually work out and look decent, we're going to have to pretty much run this exactly where the existing edges are. So like instead of stopping here, we're actually gonna have to run this out all the way to the edge down there. And that's how we can get this, you know, nice asphalt running that way to kind of cover up the angles, which is a thing that I have to do apparently. Another interesting conundrum here is going to be, how do we get this to come up to here and join in with this roof here? And I think the answer to that is you don't. Okay. So let me just throw in. Okay, so if I did this, Now, I know that this is not going to work out, but if I did it like that, yeah, that is not going to work at all, even if I did it like that. That just looks like crap. Okay, so then if I'm going to do this, let's see, we're going to have to go and get creative, I think. And that's not going to let me place it on top. Okay, fine. I need the corner down. Okay, so this guy. Oh, man. This is not going to look nice at all. Because, I mean, like the other, like what I would have to do in order to make this kind of work is I would have to run, hello? I want to run the other way, please. Okay, fine. You want to be dumb? We'll be dumb. Okay, so I'd have to run this way, right? And then I would need asphalt pretty much up here to join all of this stuff together. And then this blends together pretty nicely for the most part, but then we end up with this section here, which is not ideal. I mean, it's a good idea, like doing it this way, because then everything just kind of lines up, but then the question is, how do you get this wall to communicate with this wall? And that's kind of where the problem is. So something that I could try, probably not going to work very well. So we'll do the metal beam here. We'll run it over to here. And then we'll rotate it. So it's like that. And then off of here, we can do our walls. Okay, so we're gonna need probably some sort of like an automated gate might look best here. And then if I can get this to go in the right direction, maybe like that. And I have to get far enough away from it for it to register that I'm not actually here. Okay, so now then the gate itself kind of covers up that corner, but I kind of wonder if I should put it on the other side. So yeah, so we'll get rid of this, and then we'll have it on. So we've got like this side and we've got the far side, so these two sides. I'm thinking it might look better to have it over here. And that should be roughly even with the ground and at a very slight angle. So I think that'll work. And then I just need to be able to put in this on top of here, run that up. And then over here in the corner, to try to hide it, I guess. How do we want to do this? Like kind of in there, not really, sort of, maybe, I don't know. Then we'll run that up to 16 meters. Okay, so now how does that look? Kind of works. I kind of want it to be farther in though. I mean, it goes like as far as it needs to go, I suppose. But at the same time, I want it to be slightly better. Let me see, if I get in here, that's not going to be far enough. That's going to be too far. That's interesting. Don't know if that's exactly what I want, though. That's going to be too far out. That's too far in. So if we base it off of here, that's not going to be good enough. If we base it off of here, that's actually, hang on. It's not exactly good. It's not exactly bad. And I could always double that up with another one over on the inside. And that makes it look terrible. Oh my god. Jeez. This is... Okay, so hang on. Can I build off of this at all? No. Okay, if I went over here this way, how would that look? Better. Okay. Oh no, this was a half one. Oh crap. Okay, it's fine. We can make it work. Okay. So I didn't realize that those were actually clipping over each other right there. Apparently they were. So yeah. I mean, that's not terrible. I wouldn't say it's good, but it's not terrible. So now I just need to make the rest of the corner kind of communicate with the other corner. Or all of the corners communicate with each other, so that way they, you know, get along well. They don't fight. And how do we do that? Okay, so first things first, this foundation here is good to go. That can stay. But then, oh, that's not even connected right there. Okay, so can we fix that? Sort of. Of course, now we got a little glitchy thing right there, which is not great. Okay. Let's see, what else can I do here? I can do... no, stop. can put this onto here. I can put this onto there. Okay. I could run a foundation off of here. I could run a foundation off of here. And they should all sort of just lie on top of each other, which it looks like they're doing, which is good. Okay. It's a little glitchy over there, but that's fine for now. Okay, so now for this part, I'm going to go with the metal beam flipped onto its side. Okay. And then we're going to run in one of these guys off of the edge here if I can. No? Doesn't like it? Okay. So we're going to go with a wall instead. Okay, so then if we did that, and then we go back to this, we need the inverted one. There we go. Okay, so that should cover up the asphalt there. And now, to get this part to work, I don't think there's a way to do it, actually. It's too small of an area. Like, I don't think we have anything that small. Okay, and then we'll flip this over onto its side. And then we'll throw in this wall. Put it on the... Oh, that's not going to work. I don't think that's going to work. Actually, do we have this clipping through here? No? Okay, so we got lucky there. I mean, an easy way to fix this would be just to kind of cover it up. You know, just like this. Just basically making a pseudo wall for it. And we'll get rid. Okay, so those are basically lying on top of each other, so I don't like that. And then that's kind of cut off a little bit, which I'm not exactly a fan of either. And we have a little bit of a hole right here, which I'm also not a fan of. But unless you're like pretty much right up on it, you're not going to see that, and you're probably not going to notice it. We do have a little bit of clipping here, though, which is unfortunate. I should be able to cover that up, though. And then over here, it looks like we're good to go over here. Okay. So let me just hop through here again. Oh, that is not pretty at all. I mean, I could run like another one of these, like pretty much down here. I mean, there's a couple ways that I could do this. So I can run this here, and I can run... Sir, run backwards. Backwards. No? You don't want to? Okay, fine. So I could do something like that, right? Of course, that looks really freaking weird. Is there anything that I can do down here, like with this? It looks kind of terrible. Maybe I can disguise it a little bit. Oh, come on, go in that upper corner. I know you want to. Sir. Why are you not cooperating? Go in here, sir. There we go. Is that gonna work? I have no idea. Are we gonna pretend that it does work? Sure. Can I get up here? I cannot. Oh, man. Okay, so if you can't do it by jumping, then we'll just fly. Because why wouldn't we do it this way? Nope, we need to keep that there. Okay. I mean, it looks terrible, but, you know, it is what it is, right? I'm not sure what I want to do over here with this part. I don't want to leave it here, but at the same time, I also don't want to deal with the clipping over here, so let me see if there's something else I can do instead. So if instead of that foundation, I went with the inverted corner and kind of put that in there, like would that still, I mean, we would need to go that way, right? Yeah, so now we get even something that looks even worse. So, okay. Do we just leave this? I mean, there is no good way to cover this up at all. And these are all too big to fit in there. The only other option that I have is to cover it up. Like that. But then if I'm going to do that, then it's just, I don't know. It looks like I'm just like patching the concrete. I don't know. I don't like it either way. I don't like it. And that's not going to let me place this in any place that is useful for me to place it. I mean, I want to place it kind of here, but I don't think that's going to work. So we'll just put that there. I mean, it's not clipping through here, so that's good. And then I don't know if I can do something like across here, maybe? No, that's just gonna look bad. I don't know, I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get for this corner. Yeah, I don't think I have very many good options here. So we'll flip back over to here, call it good to go for now, and then we will continue working on our stuff. Okay, so I want to see if I get like the glitches, like from far away. Doesn't look like it. No, I think we're okay. Okay, so we'll throw in some more of these little glass roofs. Pretty much all the way down to the end here. And I think it's only 8. I would have thought it was 9. Okay, so that can pretty much go there. Our weird little corner is weird and a corner. So we'll just kind of leave it as that for now. I wonder if I'm going to make this look even worse by putting up some railing. It's not terrible. It's not good, but it's not terrible. And we're just gonna have to go with it. All right, so that'll be good for over here on this side, but then we also have this side to do. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. And plus that's gonna give us like way too much room up here, I think. But I mean, wouldn't be a terrible thing either, I suppose. I am out of silica. Good to go. Okay, so let's just kind of fit this thing in here for now, at least as far as it needs to go. And then this thing needs to extend out to there, which means we probably don't need, wow, that's terrible, actually. Okay, can we fill this in? No. Not even close. What if I did it off of this one? Doesn't look any better. Doesn't look any worse, but it certainly doesn't look any better. Get rid of those for now. I did not want to do that. Man. Okay, so let me just put down what I can put down, and then I'll worry about making it look pretty later. Can that go through there? Yes, it can. That can go that way. That'll be good there. And then for this little part here, actually we need these ones. Concrete, inverted. There we go. So that is now covered up. We're gonna do something over here. I'm not sure what, but we'll do something. Okay, and then this just needs to go out the rest of the way. Actually running a little low on concrete. And then we need asphalt. And then honestly, if I'm going to be like rounding this whole thing with asphalt, then wouldn't it make sense to kind of make all of this be asphalt as well? Yeah, I think that makes more sense. Of course, we get this clipping through, which is not cool, sir. I don't know if there's any way that I can fix that. I mean, I could mask it pretty easily, actually. But that constant glitching is going to bug the hell out of me, so I got to do something about it. So if I put this, I want to put it like right in the middle there. It's not going to let me. I don't know. It's just weird. Do I just ignore it for now as best as I can? Probably the best idea. If I were to make it asphalt, like it probably wouldn't be doing this. But yeah, I don't even know. Like, why would the graphics engine be doing this in the first place? And if I had to guess, it's probably constantly drawing what is it called? The mesh? No, not the mesh. The other thing, like the skin of the mesh, the thing that goes on top of the mesh. It's probably redrawing that constantly. And because these are two different objects, they're probably being processed at different times. So it's processing this asphalt here, which is creating, one thing here, and then it's processing the concrete. And since that process happens after this has been processed, it shows up on top. So then this is just constantly flipping between the graphics, just trying to show like what's there. So I mean, like if I had to guess, this is probably going about 64 times a second. It's pretty fast. Maybe 32 times. 32, 64, one of the two. And it's just that issue there. So I think that's why it's doing it. So I think the solution here would be to make the height difference on these very, very slight. But I mean, I think, because like if this was like in the middle of this, we could check to see if I can find the one over here. It should also be glitching the fuck out, but I'm not seeing it. Then again, maybe it's not glitching out because it's the same material. So maybe the processing engine considers that it's already been processed and so it doesn't show it, whereas those are different materials, so it tries to show both. I don't know. Okay, so we have about 28 minutes left. And we have a lot of stuff to put on here. So let's see. So assemblers are going to need 3 blocks. So that'll go out to here. So let me throw that onto here, and we'll have that go out to there. And then we'll put in a wall on top. And this is because assemblers need 2 inputs, so we can actually layer the belts on top of each other if we move this up like one whole thing. Or 1 meter, I should say. Okay, so then if it's 3 assemblers for 4 foundations, then 7 assemblers. Let's see, 3 to 4, 8, maybe 9. We might be able to fit it in 9. We want concrete. Okay, so we'll run that out. 8, 9, okay. All right, so now that we're up here, we need to figure out where all of this stuff has to go in at. So that's going to be, I think, here, here, and then middle to here, and then we skip again from here to here, and then, is that correct? No. That is not correct. Okay. So how did I have these things split up? Okay, so center. Oh, okay. I'm trying to put these things too close. Okay, good to go. So, oh, and then this is off by 1 too. Interesting. And that whole thing is off to there. Okay. I think I understand. Oh, dude. I wanted to go around you, not back into you, sir. Alright, so... that and that have to move. That has to move. That has to move. Basically, everything has to move. Okay, so this one is kind of centered around the split in between the two things. This one is basically where it would normally be for something smaller, but shifted 1. So instead of being here, it's going to be shifted there. And then likewise for this one, where it would normally be here, we're going to shift it 1 in. Where it would normally be here, we're going to shift it 1 in. And then we repeat this process. So that's where it would normally be. So then we shift it over 1, and we go to there, and I'm out of concrete. Sweet. I am not out of concrete because these are full of it. At least they should be full. There we go. Why was this one not full? Like, what are you doing? You need water. Why don't you have water? Do you not have water? Are you not plugged into the water? What are you doing? Do you have water? This has lots of water, okay, but it is not pulling in water into here. Why? You are still not pulling in the water, okay. Gonna be doing one of these things, huh? So if I do it like that, then we're getting in water. But that looks terrible. So how do I go from here up and then in? I want to use the horizontal to vertical because that's what I should be using for this. But instead of actually doing that, it's putting it in there at an angle. So instead of like nice 90s, it's not doing that. I don't know why. Okay. But if I were to put that there, and then do horizontal to vertical, it would go perfectly. But then, if I did that, oh, it is close enough. Okay, so then it does go through. All right, good to go. Okay, so now that should be good to go. Getting all of the water, good. Did anything else break while I was logged off? Okay, so like I said, that one is working just fine. How is this one working? Are you getting water? You're getting water. Okay, good to go. So, concrete, we have lots of it. And we are good to go with that. And this is going to need probably more pillar supports. And I'm going to need more silica to do the glass, so I can't really do anything with that at this point. Okay. Okay, 2, 3, 4. that one, which was off set this way. Okay, so then this one is going to be normal spacing around the center of the two, and then we do offset one inwards. No, that does not look right. Does that look right? That does not look right. I mean, it does look right, but it doesn't look right. Okay, so on the line, centered on the line, on the line, okay. Big space. On the line, centered on the line, on the line, okay. Then big space. And then that gets us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need one more. Now, ideally, this would be here, but that's too close, so that's not going to work. Okay. And of course, putting in one whole extra foundation is going to leave a lot of space over here on the end, which I don't like. Hmm. Okay, so from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. Then we go to there, okay. And then 2, 4, 6. And then 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1. Okay. And then 1, 2, sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, okay. Okay. So that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dang it. Okay. I need 7. So I'm going to try 7 spacing between instead of 6, and we'll see if that gets us roughly where we need to be. Okay, so then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 4, okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's go there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many more spaces do we have over here? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's better, but I don't think I'm going to get even spacing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from either end. And then we'll just adjust the middle so that way it goes where we need it to go. So 1, 2, okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And now for here, I think it's 8. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it's not 8, it's more than 8. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 puts us there. Okay, 9. Okay, so we needed 9. Okay, so now at least we are spaced properly for each of these things, and then we have an extra space in the middle, which hopefully isn't going to show up too much. And even if it does show up, it'll be balanced, which will be good. So now we just have to put in the assemblers. Why is that not lining up right, sir? Okay. No. Okay. Ah, dang it, I did it again. Sir, let me stay up on here, please. That is not in line. Even though I had a line on there saying that it was... man. See, look. See the green line? Green line there? Right, right, right. But look at the corners. It's not actually lined up. So what is that lining up with? Why is there a green line there? Why? Annoying. Anyways, so that is all of these things all lined up properly. And if I can copy this same spacing, then we can get the next two set up like this as well. And that'll run us kind of over to there. Okay. This one is off. It's probably what it was lining up to. Are we good now? Good that way. Good that way. Okay. Okay, so how am I going to get this to work? So I guess I needed all of the space here that I've put up here. And I don't even know if that's going to be enough. Okay, so that's all of that. So I could potentially save some space, although I don't know how much good it would do if I did that. Because normally I would skip a block here and then do the next 3, which will take us nearly over to the edge, right? So that's pretty much that line going all the way down. And then on top of all of these things, I need to figure out where I'm going to be putting in the manufacturers. So they need to be in here somewhere too. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But that's not true all the way over here, so we would have to go to the third one in. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Potentially 9. Okay. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we fit 7 in 10 foundations over here. So we're going to need at least 10 foundations to fit them through here, unless, of course, I kind of double up in here and I have them kind of move towards the middle here and then have just the manufacturers over here in this corner, which I could do, I suppose. There might be enough room for that. So then, for instance, okay. Okay, so that's 3 assemblers and 4 foundations. So I could maybe fit 6 over here, but that, like 6, I would just have 1 extra, which doesn't make a lot of sense. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I only have, well, no, I do have, no, 7. It's pretty much my limit here. All right. Okay, so that's enough for some. And then I'm going to need an additional 3. And then maybe even separated by a space. And then that would leave me with basically 2 blocks over here. But then how much space is a manufacturer going to take up? Let's see. This thing is ginormous. Okay, so then looking at it from this side, it takes up about 2.5. If we rotate it, move it over, it's taking up about 2. Actually, that actually might be more than 2, now that I think about it. Yeah, that's more than 2. Okay. So we're gonna have to get a little creative, I think, with what we're doing up here. Okay. Why can I not jump up here? Sir, jump up there, please. Thank you. Okay. So now we have another 3. And this is kind of using up 1, 2.5. Okay. So then we could potentially get rid of this here. That leaves us lots of room for the manufacturers. Okay. So then when we're placing these ones, we're going to have to pretty much line it up as close as we can get over to here. Okay, so that'll be good there. Now we need to put in these assemblers. Now, if my spacing is right, and I'm really hoping that it is, where we come down over here should be exactly where we need it to where where we shouldn't have any kind of clipping underneath. So hopefully that is where it is, and it looks like it is. Good. Yeah, so this is standard spacing off the edge here. So that will work out. All right. Okay, so now we have lots and lots and lots and lots of room for the manufacturers. But I think this will be good for today. That's still gonna bother me. I'm gonna see if I can do something about that, if I can, just to fix that, because otherwise it's just gonna drive me insane. And the way to do that might be to sink in that first one. So I'll put another concrete foundation underneath this one, and then start the column off of that one, then place the concrete foundation on top of the old one. So that way the first concrete column is actually clipping through the bottom foundation, and it'll come up just underneath this one. That way we don't get this glitching. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So we're pretty much set up for the most part anyways. We've got room enough for all the belts and all that other stuff that's going to be going through here. I'm just going to need to get some silicone so I can do some more glass. And yeah, we should be looking pretty good for this. And then all that's left is just to set up the refineries, or not the refineries, but the manufacturers, and we should have parts coming out. So, I mean, technically we already have parts coming out, so it's just a continuation of that. But you understand what I mean. But yeah, that's all I got. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you did, hopefully you will join me for the next one. So now I just need to figure out where the hell I'm going to be taking a screenshot from. That's going to be fun. But yeah, have a good one.